to your messages for the week. Today is Sunday, the 19th of February, 2023. Those of you that don't know me, my name is Deborah Jane Sutton, and you can find out more about me and the things that I do at deborahjanesutton.com or from this YouTube channel. So have a good browse around. Lots of different things to see here, especially related to lessons in awakening, self-healing techniques, energy healing, readings, interviews, all sorts of things. And also on Facebook. So welcome back if you're coming back, and welcome if you're new. So we're going to see what the messages are coming through for this coming week. Take a deep breath, activate your own intuition. Do we have any messages and guidance? Thank you. Oh my goodness gracious me. It is just so funny how this one came out straight away, which is the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is typically the lack and limitation card. You can see that they are not very healthy, they're poor, they're out in the cold. So lacking abundance in all areas. So that's why it's the scarcity card. Lack and limitation. Low frequency, I want to say. Maybe they don't believe that there's a better way of creating your reality. But the other three, that as you saw, they literally just dropped out altogether. And it's the world. So this is about understanding the world, right? The universe. There's a completion here. We've also got the star, which is, for me, it's heaven on earth. It's paradise, fertile lands, very spiritually guided, very emotionally fulfilling. But it's, from my interpretation, it's heaven on earth. And we also have the judgment card, which is life purpose. Archangel Gabriel waking up the day. And it's spiritual awakenings. Now, these three cards coming up together is, I haven't seen this powerful combination ever, I don't think. The three and the way that they fell out together. And it came up after this. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? We have a choice. We have a choice. If we follow our thoughts and our lack thinking, wrong thinking, contracted thinking, error thinking, it's not true, okay? Anything that isn't love is an illusion. So if you're feeling anything but love, it's an illusion, it's not real, it's not true. And when you see this lack and limitation, lack of love, do we call it lack of love? When you see this lack of love in you, in others, in your life, in the world around you, in the collective, within humanity, if you're seeing the lack of love, it's just a sign that there is more inner work to be done, or as I call it, inner homework. There's more inner work to be done. And I think it's really important that everyone understands, and it's difficult to get our head around this, but we literally do create our own timeline from the thoughts and beliefs that we have. And this collective business, you get people that will say, yes, but this is going on in the world. And this disaster is happening in the world. And that atrocity is going on in the world. And my question to you, now this is going to sound, depends how you're thinking, keep an open mind here. but it's not going on in your reality. If it's going on in your physical reality, then there's something there for you to learn. But if it's only going on a screen, and you're going to say to me, that's if you don't care about it, you're putting your head in the sand and you're turning your back on the world. And it's not like that. You can open your heart and send love and compassion to everyone and everything. I talked about that before. My point is, you're the whole universe in one human being, and you are creating your timeline from your frequency. If you go looking for atrocities, you're going to find them. You're going to find them on mainstream media. You're going to find them in alternative media. You're going to find them. If you go looking, if you start researching for atrocities in history, or if you go looking at sensationalized headlines, or you go into some social media groups, they're just going to keep hitting you with this new fact, something. Everything exists. That's what this is telling me. Everything exists. It's the all that is. So everything has to exist. And it's all existing now. And I've said this before, I know, but it's true. But you only get to experience that which you resonate. So those atrocities are always going to exist. And if you focus on them and you talk about them, and then you take action in the physical world to do something about them, I know you're doing it from your heart and you think you're helping, and you are on some level, of course. But thought, word, deed, you're energizing it. You're energizing it. Whereas if you just put your attention on the world that you want to create, that's what it's kind of saying. These are the fixed signs of the zodiac, so they're the strength right there. There's a completion because she has understood this. She's also holding the magician's wand because she is the magician as well. She's the alchemist. And she understands that if she focuses on joy and laughter, okay, not turning her back on the atrocities, we know they exist and our heart is open with love and compassion. But I don't want to energize that paradigm. I don't want to energize that world. I want to energize this world. So I'm going to focus on what's beautiful in the world, like the beautiful souls that visit us at the garden tree. Focus on what brings me joy, like sharing with like-minded people, sharing my cards. We can still help people. We can still raise funds for charities and stuff like that. We do it through laughter. We do it through fun. We do it through sharing our gifts. We do it through being in an expanded state. I think this is the important one. And it's our life purpose to understand how we create our reality. That's the whole purpose, is self-realization. Who are you? What did you come here to do? The sooner you share your gifts, the sooner you tap into your divine gifts, use them to raise your own frequency, and then share them with others to raise the frequency of them. That's how you help. That's how you help people. That's how you help create a peaceful and loving world, is by creating the peace and love within you. You're actually doing more good for the atrocities in the world and the people that have been misplaced, or the people that have been hurt and injured and are in suffering. You are doing more for them by focusing on love and peace, because you're not just a drop in the ocean, you're the whole ocean in one drop, said Rumi. I say this every time, but it's so true. You are not just a human being in the universe, you're the whole universe in one human being. I know it's difficult to get your head around that, but you are the whole universe in one human being. So when you raise your frequency and you raise your frequency to love and peace, then there will be love and peace reflected back to you. It will be reflected back to you. And then you will no longer resonate with the groups that are sharing atrocities, with the news channels that are sharing the fear mongering or whatever it is. You won't be resonating with it, so it won't come into your reality. So you're not turning your back on anything, you're not putting your head in the sand, you're raising your frequency out of it. This is my heaven on earth card, remember? So your life purpose is to raise your frequency. Raise your frequency out of the density so that the reality that you create is one at a higher frequency. It will be one of heaven on earth, because heaven on earth, the physical place, heaven on earth, comes from, it's born from a level of consciousness. We have to reach the level of consciousness of love, peace, and heaven on earth within us, within the cells of our body, within our thoughts and our emotions and within our being. That is what is going to create heaven on earth outside of us. Does that make sense? So really, the more you focus on you, and I know it sounds selfish, but there is only you. You can help more people this way. When you understand this, I recommend the book Power versus Force by Dr. David Hawkins, because that helps you understand this whole concept. That actually, when you think, I must do something to help the poor people here, or to help, change people's opinion, or to help something horrific from not happening. Well, if you focus on that something horrific, you're energizing it. And not only are you energizing it, but you're entangling energetically with it, which means you are bringing it into your reality. And this is what people don't get. And then you share it with everybody and you say, oh, you have to know this, you must know this. And it's like, no, I don't want to create that. So I'm aware of it. I'm conscious of it. I'm sending love, peace, and compassion from an expanded state so that I maintain my frequency. Because if I let myself go into contraction with fear, despair, anxiety, then I'm not going to help anybody, because when we're in a state of contraction, we're not expanding with the universe. We're not expanding into more of who we are we? We want to maintain an expanded state of awareness. And that means focusing on emotions and thoughts that expand us. And not only that, but activities that expand us, people that expand us, music that expands us. Okay? Films, news items that expand us. Activities, anything, events that expand us. That's what we need to be doing so that we can expand into that love and that peace. I'm going to just show you, whether it's quicker to show you by holding this up, and it is from finding it on my computer now. When you look at this, these emotions are in a contracted state. These emotions are in an expanded state. The suffering is here in contraction. If you want to bring peace to the world, you must first bring peace to yourself. How do you bring peace to yourself? You bring peace to yourself by raising your frequency into an expanded state, by following your flow. And then you can access these levels of consciousness, which are at love, joy, and peace. If you want to know more about that chart, And that's the first time you've seen it, which those of you that are regulars, I know it's not the first time you've seen it, but check out my lessons in awakening because I talk about that chart in a lot more detail. But this is about understanding that as within, without, you're creating the outside. So there are some people, if you don't watch the news, and I suggest you don't watch the news or mainstream or alternative, don't watch the news. Create what you want to create in a little corner of the world. Make our own communities based on love and kindness. Communities that are governed by love and kindness. That are focused on self-love, loving each other, and love for humanity. I know when you look at the outside world today, you might think that's a long shot. We're a long way away. It's not a we, it's a you and an I. It's like you focus on you, focus on raising your frequency, and that's how you help the collective. By raising your frequency, you raise the frequency of the collective. And these cards are really bringing this home because a lot of people are talking about these two, the 3D world and the 5D world. Personally, I don't think it's like that. I think there are infinite possibilities. And I think every time you make a choice, you jump on a new timeline. And if it's an expanded choice, if it's a choice that's attached to an expanded activity of love and joy and positive thinking and all of that, sharing your gifts, then it's going to put you in a higher frequency timeline, at a higher level of consciousness with other people, other similar people. Whereas if you make your choices in life out of fear, out of lack, I can't, I'm not good enough, I'm scared of it, out of anger or any of those emotions on the chart that are in a contracted state, if that's how you're making your decisions in life, then that's the timelines that you're going to be creating. And so we're always jumping timelines. So I don't think it's just this and this. There's infinite possibilities, infinite choices, infinite timelines. But you are the creator. Your outside world changes when you change your inside world. That's the important thing. And you can help the people that are suffering more by raising your own frequency. You owe it to world peace to raise your frequency into that of love, joy, and peace. You owe it to world peace. That's our life purpose. That's what we need to wake up to. That's how we create heaven on earth. We are the whole universe in one human being, and we are that powerful. I hope you can feel how powerful you are. We weren't taught this in schools, we should have been, maybe. Well, that's why we're learning it now. If you are new to all of this and you want help in how to raise your frequency, my first book, Heal Yourself to Happiness, is free to download from my website at deborahjanesutton.com. And it's full of practical and useful ways that you can apply to your life right now to raise your frequency. And if you're familiar with how to raise your frequency and want to take your healing journey to a deeper dive, my second book, Heal Your Soul, is available from Amazon. I'll put a link in the description for you. So that's our message for this week. So lots of reflecting inside and not focusing on the contractions going on in the world and just focusing on the love and the purpose to find meaning, find meaningful activities, find what you came here to do. Who are you really at a soul level? And what did you come here to experience? Because when you tap into that and start taking action towards expressing your divinity, then your life will change. When your life changes, that's how the collective changes. And that's how we create heaven. So, wow. They're your cards, your messages for the week. If you haven't seen the messages for the month of February already, there's a link in the description, video in the end screen. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. If you want a private reading, get in touch, link in the description. Go and love yourself. It's the most powerful thing you can do. And it's the most powerful thing you can do to help others. It really is. Bye for now. Love you all.